living entity. It has been said, no. So I was again going where from, ki there is no beginning and the end of this universe. Why? Because every second it is creating and annihilated. From the time immemorial, Krishna is called the Adi Purush. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. From the very beginning, he has been always there. And since he is there, he is continuously creating and annihilating. Every second, you blink the eye, the things are happening. We blink the eye, the creation and maintenance and annihilation. So it's a constantly happening thing. It is not that for us, okay, this universe is, now somebody is asked how long the Kali Yuga is going to be. 4,32,000 years. So we have, 4,32,000 years is a long time. The whole age of Brahma's 100 years, which is 311 trillion years. That is also just the fraction of second. Within a fraction of second, Brahmaji is annihilated and created. So just these things are constantly happening. So there is no beginning as such that this time it started. It's just happening. By Krishna's desire, Krishna's will, things are happening. That's why there is nobody can be as magical as Krishna. Who can be as magical? In the material world, somebody will show us some dust. So they'll put some dust in our hand and they will show some light a little bit. And we see, oh, this is very magical person. Krishna's magic is unlimited. Like we can't even imagine how magical he is. How Krishna is sitting in every heart as a Paramatma. How Krishna, one person, is hearing everybody's prayers simultaneously. If two people are talking in the class, we will say, okay, by one, I can only hear one person at a time. If all of you are talking, if one person unmute your mic, we get so disturbed. And we immediately want to mute him, because if the two person are talking, it is difficult to understand. Imagine about Krishna. Unlimited jiva from unlimited planet and unlimited universe are talking to him simultaneously, and Krishna is responding to them immediately, simultaneously. Who can be as magical as him? So even that's why one name of the Krishna is Yogeshwara. He is the Ishwara of all the yogis. Yogis have this kind of qualification. Some yogis, when they do practice the yoga for some time, they get this mystical power. They can expand themselves, they can do wonderful things, they can become big, they can become small, they can travel in the air for some distance, they can just go under the water. This is some yogic thing. This is just the yogic power. If a small yogi can do this much only. And Krishna, when the Gajendra called from the spiritual world, material world, only from here to some distance, if you think how much it is, end of the material world, crossing the 10 layer. And outside that 10 layer, there is a spiritual word. And Krishna, as soon as he finished the prayer, if you read the Gajendra's prayer of all 30 prayers, it will take how much time? 30, not even 30 minutes. 15 minutes from our time. And that time Krishna covered all the distance and came and said this thing. Just save the Gajendra. How much magical he is. So he's the most magical personality. So that's what Arjuna could seek in his body. Everything was there. That's the reason anybody who has Krishna in his life, he has no need anyone in the life. We don't require any person. We just pray to the Lord. My faith to you should be always there. It should be always very, very strong. I should not divert from my path. Because sometime under the illusion of illusory energy, we also get deviated. That should be the only prayer, Krishna. Don't just kick me away from you. Because being with you is just the happiness in my life. As I was telling the story, I think I told in this class also yesterday that if I'm going in a wrong in the night and with the driver, and if my brother is sitting or my father is sitting next to me, then I'm very comfortable that there's no problem in my life. They are there. They will take care of everything. Similarly, if we want Krishna to sit with us in our life, then there is no problem. He'll take care of everything. So next he says, Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rashim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam durnikshayam samantat diptalakaradyutam aparameyam. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire for the immeasurable radiance of the sun. So again he's saying, I can't see your form. It is so difficult. Arjuna was just doing like this, closing his eyes, and he was not able to get the glare, even though after he had got the this divine vision. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with the various crowns, clubs, and desks. But I can see everywhere I can see you. When you see the Virat Rupa of Krishna, then there is everywhere only Krishna. Krishna is one personality, as a Virat Rupa, and everything within him. He said, I can't even take it. I can't even see it. And I am now convinced of your supremacy. Now I am convinced that this is how I can perceive you in everything. And you are the source of everything. I am now convinced. Are you all also convinced? Arjuna is convinced by seeing the Virat Rupa of Krishna. Do you have any doubt, any question about the Virat Rupa?
No, Mataji.
Mataji.
Are you all also completely understood that Krishna is only the Supreme Lord and everything is coming from him only? The
Yes,
more
Mataji.
we
Yes,
are
Mataji.
understanding this,
100% convinced, Mataji.
the more we understand that, it is easy for us to surrender unto him. We will save so much our time. Otherwise, going from one corner to another, it will take lifetime. Maybe we'll lose the life also. But if we understand in this life only, we surrender. Then the text 18. Tvamaksharam paramam veditattvam tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam tvam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Now Arjuna, after seeing this form of the Lord, he said, you are the ultimate resting place for all the universe. Not one person, not one universe, not one planet, not one thing. He said, you are all the universes. And you are inexhaustible. There is no effect of time on Krishna. In some place, Krishna will say that I am the time. And you are the oldest, because everything is coming from you. There is nothing beyond you. So you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of eternal religion. Further in Shloka, Krishna will say how he is maintaining the religion. And you are the supreme personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Then Arjuna's description of the Kala Rupa, the form of time. अनादिमध्यमनन्तम् अनन्तबाहुं शशिसूर्यनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां दीप्तहुताशवक्रं स्वतेजसा विश्वमिदं तपन्तम्. Says, you are without origin, middle, or end. The first, Arjuna declared first thing, you are without origin, middle, or end. If somebody asks you the question, when was Krishna originated? How old Krishna is beyond all this. God has been always there. There is no history of his origin. There is a history of origin of Brahmaji. There is a history of origin of Rudras. There is a history of origin of Devatas. But nowhere in the scripture is mentioned when was Krishna originated. Nowhere. In the Vedas, in Puranas, in Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavatam, nowhere. Everybody it is said, you are always been there. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahmaji was the first living entity. When he was created, he did this prayer. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Anadir Adir. Anadi means there is no beginning. You are beyond all the beginning. You are the beginning actually. You are the beginning. There's no beginning beyond you. So he says, your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram. Shashi Surya is your netra, is your eyes. I see you with Pashyami Tvam Dipta Hutasa Vaktram. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your radiation. So when Krishna has to create, he will create. When he has to annihilate, the burning fire is coming from the mouth of Krishna and annihilating everything. Nana, read. Now someone else can read.
Ma'am, Mataji, I'm here. There is no limit to the extent of the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
There is no limit to the opulences.
Here and in many other places, there is repetition. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness.
Yeah. When you read the Bhagavatam, many times you will see the repetition. There will be a repetition. I heard this before also, the same thing we are hearing again. All the prayers are almost repetitive. All the prayers you see, it's almost repetitive. It's not repetition actually. This is the fact. If I have to describe the sun, or you have to describe the sun, or somebody else has to describe this, they'll describe the same thing. Sun looks like this, sun color is this, sun gives the light, sun gives the distance between the earth and sun is this. Everybody will write the same thing in their own manner probably, because it's a universal fact. So all the prayers looks like a repetitive sometimes. Oh, Brahmaji also said this. Oh, Vishnu Pitama also said. Oh, Ajamil also said that. Oh, Gajendra also said. Yes, because everybody is talking of the same Supreme Personality. So they will all talk the same thing. Because he is the same personality and they are all talking his glories. That is the glory of Krishna, not a literary weakness. Oh, maybe the Vyasadeva did not have enough words, so he has written. It's not Vyasadeva. What Vyasadeva is writing? Vyasadeva writing that Lord Shiva said this. Vyasadeva is writing that Gajendra said this. So he is writing repetition of what others are saying. And all will say the same thing about the Lord.
It is said that at time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw.
Yeah. Now Arjuna says, 1 second. Dvaya prithvyor adanantaram hi vyaptam tvayekena dinascha sarvaha drishtva adbhutam rupamagrum tavedam lokatrayam pravayathitam mahatman. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planet and all space in between. You, O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all these planetary systems are perturbed. So he is there one place, but it appears that universal form he saw in spread it everywhere. He's spread it everywhere in the whole sky, in the whole planet, in the whole system. So here, Prabhupada says that the space between the heaven and earth is called Diva Prithviyo, and Lokatraya means the three words are significant. It appears that only did Arjuna see the universe, not only did the Arjuna see the universal form that of the Lord, but others in other planet systems saw it also. In the three words, all the people in the other planet also could see the form of the Lord. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. So even the demigod from the upper planetary system, they could also see this form of the Lord. It was spreaded all over. So they could also realize it. Yeah.
Deva Prithivyoha, the space between heaven and earth, and Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also.
Yeah.
Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw the universal form on the battlefield.
So he could see, others also could see the form. Yes. Text. Now prayers of demigod and sages. So when they saw the form of the Lord, whenever they start seeing the form of the Lord, first thing they start praying. Whenever whenever the demigod get an opportunity, first thing they start praying. Like once you see someone and then you start greeting first. So demigod's greeting is like the prayer, glorification. So they'll start glorifying the Lord. So what this is, Ami Tvam Suram Ami Tvam Sura Sangha Vishanti Kaschid Gita Kechid Gita Pranjalayo Grinanti Swasti Yukta Maharshi Siddha Sangha Stuvanti Tvam Stitubhi Pushkalabhi. He says, all the host of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them very much afraid are offering prayers with the folded hand. Host of great sages and perfect beings crying all peace are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. He says, now what Arjuna could see, that all the demigods are also praying to the Lord. Even devatas are praying. They're all surrendering before you and entering into you. They're praying for me. And some of them are very scared. And they're saying, oh, all peace. All peace means this ghastly thing they can't see even. And they are chanting the Vedic hymns. Chanting the Vedic hymns is also the prayer to the Lord. In our Sanatan Dharma, a lot of people are chanting the Vedic hymns. That is also because Vedas are all glorification of the Supreme Lord. So when we are chanting those shlokas of the Veda is also glorification. Of course, it is like more about jnana. But it is a glorification of the Lord. And they are praying to you, they are scared, and some of them are very astonished. Rudraditya vasayoche ye cha sadhya vishvaishvino marutaschoshmapascha gandharva yaksha sura siddha sangha.
Mataji, slide is not changing for us.
Sarve. All the various manifestation of Lord Shiva.
Mataji, slide
Rudra,
is not
Aditya.
changing for us. We are
What you are talking?
now fine. Before when you read the sloka, it was not changing.
Oh, God, Lata. So all the various manifestation of Lord Shiva. Rudra, there are 10 Rudras. There are 11 Adityas. Or 12 Adityas actually. Dwadash Aditya. So there are 12 Adityas. The Vashus, the Sadhyas, the Vishwavedas, the Ashwini Kumaras, the Marutas, the forefather, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas and Asuras and perfected demigod are beholding you in wonder. So all of them are seeing you in very like awestruck. They were all it was very wonderful form of the Lord and they had never seen also before like this. So very respectfully, with awe, they were seeing this Lord. Some of them were scared and some of them were astonished to see this form of the Lord. Yeah. Rupam mahate bahuvakra netram mahabaho bahubahu rupupadam bahuduram bahudrishtakaralam drishtva loka pravatitatasmataham. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form with its many faces, eyes, palms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. As they are disturbed, so am I. So all the devatas were also very disturbed by seeing this ghastly form of the Lord. Very scared. What is this happening? Normal form also we cannot see. As I said, the thousands and hundreds and thousands of sun shining at one time, that is a brilliance. That is the shine coming out of the body of the Lord. Then this Virat Rupa was very, very ghastly. So everybody was scared. Some of them were astonished. Some of them were scared. Arjuna said, I am also very disturbed to see. Now I want to see you in the 400. I don't want to see it anymore. Change. नभस्पृशं दीप्तिमनेकवर्णं व्यात्ताननं दीप्तविशालनेत्रं दृष्ट्वा हि त्वं व्यथितान्तरात्मा धितं न विन्दामि शमं च विष्णु. Oh, all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant color touching the sky, your gaping mouth and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. So Arjuna's also astonishment changed into fear now. Earlier he was very astonished to see different, all the devatas and everything in the body of the Lord. Now he's become fearful because it's constantly happening. Things are getting created and getting annihilated simultaneously happening. He got very fearful. He said, I am now perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. He said, I can't behold anymore now. You just change. I request you to change. I don't want to see it anymore. Sometime when we see the horror movie, immediately we want to change the channel. No, I can't see all this horror. So Arjuna ke liye, for it was such a like ghastly thing. He said, I cannot see, because Arjuna was used to see the two-handed form of Krishna, which is the most beautiful form of the Lord. And suddenly he started seeing this form of the Lord, which was very ghastly. So he said, no, I can't see it anymore. When we see astonishing things, let's not only appreciate that it is amazing, but let's praise it as it is present in the universal form. Everything what we see and is all present in the universal form. We are all in the universal form of the Lord. That is why Krishna says, Mame Vamshe Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Every living entity is my part and parcel. We are all, that's why somewhere Krishna says, Pitamasya Jagato Mata Dhata Pitama. I am the father of each and every living entity. Because every living entity is, not only we are the, like for us, the Krishna is father. For the demigod also, Krishna is the father. For Brahmaji is also, Krishna is the father. Krishna is the father of every living being. In this Bhagavad Gita and scripture, we are not talking about the personalities. We are talking about the Devtas. Human personality, we are not talking. Even they are also afraid, and they are also the children of the Lord. What to talk about us? So we are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and resting in his body only. That is why sometimes he's called as mother also. Now Arjuna says, please be merciful to me. Dramshta karalani chatte mukhani drishteva kala nalatsa nibhani disho na jane nalabhe cha sharma prasida devesha jagan nivasa. O Lords of Lords, O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the world, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing this your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all direction I am bewildered. Because Krishna had a big mouth and big teeth, and everybody thing was getting churned into the mouth of Krishna. So it was very like fearsome. He says, I cannot see anymore all these things. I am completely bewildered. So I request you, please be kind to me and show me your normal form. So now 26 to 30, he will see Arjuna sees the future outcome of the war. What is happening? This is also very, very, I will continue with this. What all Arjuna could see, what is going to happen in the future. Ami chatvam dhritarashtrasya putra sarve sahaivav Nipala sanghe bhishmo drona suta putras tathaso sahasmadiyarapi dyodhya mukhye paktrani te tvarmana vishanti drishta karalani bhayanakani kechid linga dashantareshu sadrishyante chudita uttamangahe. He says, all the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouth. And some I see trapped with the heads of smashed between your teeth. Says, it was a war. Krishna was trying to show him that all these people are going to be killed. So Krishna was giving him the hint that all these people are going to be killed by me. You don't worry about it. And that's what he could see. All these people are Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and from his side also, not only the Duryodhan side, even from his side, our chief soldiers also are all rushing your fearful mouth. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. So they're all getting smashed by you. And then he says, warriors entering Vishwarupa's mouth is, how they are entering in the mouth of, how they are getting crushed, how they are entering into the mouth of Krishna. This is what has been described here. Yatha nadinam bahavo ambuvega samudrameva bhimukha dravanti tatha tavami naralokavira vishanti vaktranya vijwalanti. So there are two ways. As the river flows into the ocean, naturally it goes into the ocean. Or there is another example here that as the Kita Patanga, it get attracted to the light and they leave their life. Wherever there is a light, the small flies are there, they will be attracted with the light and then they will be crushed over there. So similarly, all this we're getting crushed into the mouth of the Supreme Lord. Warriors entering in Vishwarupa's mouth. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam pratanga vishanti nashaya samudra vegaha tatheva nashaya vishanti lokas tvamapi vaktrani samudra vegaha. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouth as moth dashes to destruction in a blazing fire. So that's the same thing. How this patanga, that moth, goes into the fire and gives up his life. Attracted by the fire, it goes there and gives up its life also there. Naturally, the river goes to the ocean. Naturally, the fire goes. So some of so how these people were killed, who were all killed at those who were demoniac. That is what. So people where demoniac behavior are constantly, when we are demonic, we are constantly destroying ourselves. The more problems are going to come in our life. We think that right now I can do maybe some wrong thing for the small pleasure. But this is going to get more problems in our life. That's the reason being Krishna conscious is very important. Not doing anything wrong in our life, knowingly or unknowingly. Very cautious. Very, very cautious of what we are doing, what we are talking, how we are, what we are doing. Everything we have to be very cautious because every action of mine is going to give me reaction. So maybe right now I like to do something which is not correct and I'm enjoying because it's a sense enjoyment for me. But all these things are going to get problems for me. So those people were like that. They were going into the mouth of, and they were all getting smashed. So we are in where sometimes Prabhupada gives the example of frog. The frog makes a noise like and invite the death. If the frog is quiet, snake will not see him because snake cannot see in the night. Because frog makes the noise, it invites the snake, knows that frog is here and he will go and catch the frog and eat. If the frog is quiet, it will not happen. If we are careful in our life, then problems will not be there. If we are leading a very sinful life, very careless, carefree, doing whatever is just we want, then all these things will bring problems in our life. So like that, some people, they're directly inviting the death by their activity. So we will do it here. We'll stop it here today. It's already going to be 7. Any question, comment, realization?
Mataji, regarding next week class also, you can take their opinion.
What do I ask?
Mataji, even 5 to 6 will be difficult for you, right?
I know evening classes are going to be difficult. Yesterday also I said in the next coming week. So there is an option that we can do it in the morning on Sundays, which would be like any time between 9 to 10, 8 to 9. Before 10, any time from Dubai time, 10 o'clock.
No, the India time, it is going to be like 10:30 to 11:30, we can say
Yeah.
9 to 10.
10:30 to 11:30 is a perfect timing. India time. So that is this thing, because as I said, weekends are going to be especially because Sundays is a holiday, so evening programs will be there. So definitely it is going to be difficult in the evening. So this is one of the option that we can do it in the morning for this 1 month. Then we come back to our schedule after the Kartik finish. That is also one option.